I would like to thank the people of Ghana for electing His Excellency John Dramani Mahama as the next President of the Republic of Ghana. The people of Ghana have once again shown that they can rise to the occasion when it matters the most. May I, at this point, acknowledge the hard work of our present 137 NDC members of Parliament for their dedication to duty, which has resulted in the unprecedented number of MPs elected for the NDC party. Mr. Speaker, I'm proud to announce that we were able to snatch over 50 parliamentary seats from our colleagues at the divide. We took more than 50 parliamentary seats from the ruling NPP party. Mr. Speaker, we have clearly shown that it is possible to reduce the NPP majority to Indeed, is possible. Ended parliamentary elections. Right Honorable Speaker, again to our colleagues who unfortunately will not be part of the next parliament, I wish them well in their future endeavors. Mr. Speaker, I would like to profoundly thank the good people of Ghana for their emphatic decision in the December 7th presidential and parliamentary elections. At this point, Mr. Speaker, it is finished. Right Honorable Speaker, I would like to thank the people of Ghana for electing His Excellency John Dramani Mahama as the next President of the Republic of Ghana. The people of Ghana have once again shown that they can rise to the occasion when it matters the most. May I, at this point, acknowledge the hard work of our present 137 NDC members of Parliament for their dedication to duty, which has resulted in the unprecedented number of MPs elected for the NDC party. Mr. Speaker, I'm proud to announce that we were able to snatch over 50 parliamentary seats from our colleagues at the divide. We took more than 50 parliamentary seats from the ruling NPP party. Mr. Speaker, we have clearly shown that it is possible to reduce NPP majority to Nkokwan Katika. Indeed,
Apollo Radio. Straight up.
Right Honorable Speaker, the night Parliament will be unique and interesting. It would be a contest of ideas between the super NDC majority and the mini micro NPP minority. Mr. Speaker, what happened on the 7th of December polls was a revolution, the people's revolution, what I call it. It was a revolt against a government that is obstinate, insensitive, high-handed, and dismissive of public opinion. It was a revolt against a government that called people with dissenting views names, such as detractors, cynics, naysayers. Mr. Speaker, sometimes they call views of dissenting people as Sambalat and Tobias. Ghanaians have clearly shown that they cannot be taken for granted, and that when it matters the most, they will either reward those in office or punish those in office. Right Honorable Speaker, it is obvious that MPP has been punished for its poor governance, economic mismanagement, obstinacy, greed, state capture, arrogance of power, impunity, disrespect, lawlessness, and persecution of political opponents. Mr. Speaker, the lesson is that what happened to the MPP and the outgoing government is that the political class cannot and should not take the people of Ghana for granted. This calls for introspection on the part of the political class. It is also a call for deep soul searching on the part of those in leadership who ought to have been heard when government engages in acts of lawlessness and destruction. To my cherished NDC political party and the incoming government, may we never become like the AKUFO-ADDO government. Right Honorable Speaker, we have to be different. We cannot be like the NPP government. We may be guided by the principles of integrity, probity, and accountability. Mr. Speaker, the time has come for us to do right by the people of Ghana at all times and to champion people-centered policies that genuinely benefit
Radio.
and the ordinary Ghanaian, not the political class and its cronies. Right Honorable Speaker, indeed, it is finished.
Papalo Radio. Straight up.
NDC caucus also demands the immediate arrest and prosecution of the directors of Lamens Investment Africa Limited, Mr. Ajefi Mensah and Simon Ejay, those two directors. And Simon Ejay, at the time of the arrest, was there supervising the operations, director of the company, supervising the illegal operations at the buffer stock storage facility in Kumasi, before the order came from above that he should be released.
President AKUFO penny percent make fan is move of a crowd make BB in public meeting, but the way we don't say and who sebi it has created a big blot on his political career. Once you say them for etiquette Nipa didn't attempt sebi Obia when you distinguished career in politics, Obia respect you. I then say we don't want to do some more. I feel Obia to me no of because I didn't know you're not angry. We are paying no way because I didn't know you're not. I said, which I
Papalo Radio. Straight up.
In this name.
So, meaning, sir, when you be up a mobile phone, maybe. For mobile phone prices, no ABBA form, no taxes on mobile phone imports. We are bringing down the import duty. We are eliminating the import duty on mobile phones, so that mobile phones no buono ABBA form amamo, and also the cost of data. We are going to bring down
Papalo Radio. Straight up
the cost of data for our youth. Until we make you calls.
Lord, we cry for
Nobody is safe, even members of the security agencies. I am worried because our efforts at Buku, solving the situation there, has been straight jackets. We continue doing the same thing, expecting a different outcome. Things don't work that way. You don't expect that always you deploy military and police personnel and impose curfew. You've done nothing. What you've succeeded in doing is to, in the interim, stop the fighting. But tomorrow they would fight again. And that is the status quo. The possibility that they would fight again is quite high. It just needs a little trigger. That is why the participation of CSOs is important. We have a lot of CSOs doing remarkable things in the area because they are with the people. They understand the terrain. The people trust the CSOs more than they trust the politicians. Okay, so if we engage the CSOs, they will be able to do a better job on the
Papalo Radio.
so the people
Straight
are able
up
to vote in peace.
That so far as FDA has been able to come out clearly that within their own existing protocols and their texts that they ran, asked that when they were issuing the directives for the rice to be distributed to the schools, to the said company, the rice was wholesome and safe for consumption. I thought that would have ended it, but I mean, it appears Mr. Ablakwa, the Honorable Ablakwa, is just exploiting the situation to advance his political relevance. Because, I mean, why should you also be trumpeting a question that has already been answered by the relevant agency? Because, I mean, he asked 22 or 20 questions, but you see, the bottom line is the substantive question whether or not the food was wholesome.
Right.
If it was, then I am not sure there is any cause for alarm. And it's almost becoming apparent that the Honorable Ablakwa is even disappointed in the fact that even FDA came out that FDA gave clearance in terms of the wholesomeness of the food. The food was safe, it was wholesome as declared by the Food and Drugs Authority.
Sometimes when a woman arrives at a certain position, we as a society don't exactly know how to handle her. Some people feel the need to announce our womanhood over other achievements, perhaps as a way of signaling that even though we might have broken some ceilings, we are not dangerous and we are not going to cut anyone with the shards of the glass. But of course, womanhood is to be celebrated and is very important. Perhaps it is out of genuine pride of womanhood. We must remember
start by thanking the pastor and his wife, and also appreciating those who have spoken before me and those who are present to listen to our presentation. Without you, we would be talking to ourselves. There is a sense in which much has been said. If it is the history of the continent, slavery that has been mentioned, if it is colonization that has been spoken to, if it is neo-colonization that has been spoken to, if it is in describing the continent of Africa as having been divided so very arbitrarily in Berlin in 1884 and 1885, that has been spoken to. And we have been told so very correctly how that continues to bedevil the continent of Africa and to undermine our attempts at unity. Those of you who are students of history will remember that in 1963 in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, and in 1964 in Cairo, Egypt, the debate was, should we redraw the boundaries? It was agreed by the founding fathers then that that would be an exercise in fueling conflict, and that if we were moving towards unity, then redrawing boundaries was unnecessary. The OAU was, of course, founded in 1963, a weak organization which, as it were, introduced the concept of inviolability of boundaries and placed emphasis on sovereignty. We have been told that that could very well be the reason why Africa's growth has been stunted. There are those, and there's a more so very
Straight up.
that upon consultation with the gods, he has been told very useful things, and the gods are right in the revelation that they have made. The gods are right in saying that we have suffered in many ways and continue to do so, and that therefore the post-independence African country or countries are bedeviled by many things. That could be a reason. It has also been said that part of the reason why we have not realized our potential is because we make the wrong choices. And that could very well be true. And my brother who spoke about choices so very well told us that it all rests on the choices that you make. And you who are Christians will remember that at critical moments, even in the Christian tradition, it has always been a question of choices. If you read the book of 1 Kings at chapter 18, when there is conflict in that little place called Israel, Elijah summons them and says, choose you now. If Baal is God, bring the 450 disciples of Baal and the 400 of Asherah who dined with Jezebel. And if God is God, let him be worshipped. If Baal is Baal, let him be worshipped. Perhaps that is the reason why we are where we are. We never make the right choices. We choose Baal when we should be choosing God. There are those who have said possibly, and you see this choice if you read the book of Joshua chapter 24, when he calls the Israelites and tells them, choose you now. Do you want to worship the gods whom your ancestors worshipped before they crossed the river, or the gods of the Amorites in whose land you dwell? As for me and my house, we shall serve the Lord. Perhaps we are not serving the gods, and that the gods are angry. And in the anger, they continue to visit pain upon us.
Straight up.
So there is a sense in which all and many things have been talked about. But Africa sometimes judges ourselves very harshly, and with a jaundiced sense of
Radio. Straight up.
The post-colonial African state, the oldest post-colonial state, is Ghana. 66 years only. Nigeria, 63 years only. And we often forget these very important and immortal words of John Henry Clark, when he said that all African countries, upon regaining independence, started to conduct their affairs on the basis of systems of governments that were borrowed from Europe, and that none of them will ever succeed on the basis of borrowed systems. And as if he were a Jewish prophet, he is being proven right on a daily basis. Because whenever we in the African countries think that we have identified the problem and that we have identified the antidote, when we apply the antidote, new wounds appear. That has been the state of Africa, and that continues to be our state. And therefore, when we judge Africa, we must ask ourselves, from whose lens are we judging Africa? When in 1965, the Osagyefo Kwame Nkrumah wrote the book Neo-Colonialism, the Last Stage of Imperialism, and the most dangerous, he was right, and he was overthrown for it, because the colonizer left but never left. And if you have any doubt, see what is happening in Niger, in Guinea, in Burkina Faso, in Mali. They are alive and well. And Africa remains the only continent in the world that is still referred to as Francophone, Anglophone, Lusophone, and now we are beginning to even call it Russophone and Sinophone and Indophone. There is a sense in which we must never forget this, so that when we are judging Africa, we ought to judge our on the basis and upon the realization that the headwinds that stand on our path are numerous, and that there is no shortage of fifth columnists within our ranks. The SMO spoke, and if the SMO were to speak a little longer, he would have reminded you of what Chinua Achebe said in Things Fall Apart, that they came and put the things that held us together, and we can no longer reason as one. And he said, we may have sent the white man away, but what about our brothers whose minds they have infected and infested? And there is no shortage of them. So Africa can and will arise. And if you look at the continent of Africa, she has always been conscious of the need to do right things. And if you look at the continent since 1963, and I can remember this so very vividly, I can remember Kwame Nkrumah in 1957 on the 6th of March saying, the freedom of Ghana means nothing if the rest of Africa is not free. He says the same thing in 1958. He repeats the same thing in 1960 in Casablanca, Morocco. He repeats it again on 25th of May 1963 in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, where he tells the 32 heads of states gathered there, we must live here with one army. We must live here with one currency. We must live here with one foreign policy coordinated. And I even suggest that we can have a capital, and I suggest Bangui in Central African Republic because it is the most central. But we listen to him now. After that, of course, we have had our gains. Under the aegis of the OAU, Africa was able to eliminate apartheid South Africa. Under the aegis of the OAU, Africa was able to chase away the Portuguese in Cabo Verde, in Angola, in Mozambique, in Guinea-Bissau. Under the aegis of the OAU, Africa was able to chase away the apartheid regime in what is now Namibia and the Ian Smith regime in what is now Zimbabwe. Let us not judge ourselves too harshly. We have made our mistakes,
Straight
but
up.
sometimes it is proper to say that we see half full glass rather than half empty. We must not debilitate ourselves by constantly bashing ourselves and looking at Africa from jaundiced eyes from Europe and America. And I'm suggesting to you, we have and will continue to make our mistakes. Look at Africa and the disease.
Party A, party B, I'm a hobby, I'm a home, cause the brutality. We for this strong for humanity. Now this fight with the fashion be against poverty.
Straight up.
God bless us.
Hello Ghana, hello Africa, hello Asia, hello United Kingdom, hello United States of America, hello the Caribbean, and North America, South America, which part of the globe, wherever you find yourself. It's 7 minutes on top of the hour, 5 p.m. GMT in the studios of Papalo Radio. We're streaming live and rocking wide on www.mortonghana.com, online radiobox.com. Don't forget we are live on 88.3 FM. Follow us on all our social media handles and platforms. Papalo Radio /TV. Like the page, put your notification button on so that anytime we come online, you'll be first to be notified. Vini Vidi VC. I came, I saw, and I conquered.
It's a combat when you're coming from.
You are more than a conqueror. The best is yet to come. Show, arrange, organize, produce by Derek Van Dies, the man who owns every DV number plate in Ghana. What are you talking about? Alright, so it's gonna be a nice time on your radio, and the show is Mpɔtam, your favorite current affairs and political show, hosted by your favorite Papa Law Perfect, the navigator of the airwaves. Stick and stay right here. The best is yet to come on this platform, on this program, on this show. I'm going to share with you news that are making headlines in our various newspapers and news portals. We'll do the editorials. I'll also be sharing with you the current state of our nation, Ghana. Hey, I'm buying S, Ghana yet. A reporter back say Oko Kotoka International Airport and Yeezy. A soldier for near Prosifo Chawachia. You see, operation prevent every former appointee or anybody who is an appointee in this current government from traveling. Accountability first. Accountability first. When you account and you are clean, you can travel. Now the president-elect, with his promise of arresting corruption or corrupt officials in this current government, of fighting corruption, anti-corruption, and oral. Oral simply means operation recover all loot. Recover all loot. Share ubiye nyi. Sikano sa bomoso. Sasa ajeta. O se sikano bomoso. Mo hu se sikano mo fanfa hiyo mo fa ene hia for krado. Emrantie bia na mo fo mo nya hwe na ene de mo frɛ wom. Esa mo magiska ni bi ngu ho mayen na echire ya beje. O hu se de bia sete. Onku awudi a panyifo so onku a sebe empredio sonson woni. Maswa de muntumie. Eboboba Ghana yeshe na omampanyi ayeyiwo John Dramani Mahama enye government we nkofo nko a onkofo so crab the whip revenue so to police the only you be no fire onkofo so sa if they mess up say Ghana we are wide awake. And run a media radio station be apart from your station I have stations I listen to. I'm incredible ones. And group be almost from when dear CMS or say EMS or say dear almost say a beya betting tax and a faco 50%. The pacho boss I say and say 10% in it a buy with the torsion on you are scrapping it. No excuses. No excuse. Better still no excuses. Share. Usu be chum. You chum 10 times. The baby concern I'm a shem's person. Alright, show sponsored by Nana One Shoes. Christmas is right at the corner. Go grab one, quality one, but affordable. Nana One Shoes is into sales of all kinds of shoes for kids and adults. They are located directly opposite Community 11 School Complex. Contact them on 0256 836112 0256 836112. Nana One Shoes, quality is their hallmark. Now when come to photography, the only place to go is Shabak Photography, formerly Shabak Rich Photography. They are into all kinds of photography, passport size photograph, photo shoot for all events. Check it out. They are into everything. Once you venture, they capture. Once you post, they venture and they capture. So contact them for your wedding occasion, your birthday parties, your naming ceremonies, and then any other occasions. Just contact them. They'll be right there. They are located adjacent the Presbyterian University Tema Campus, Community 11. Contact Shabak Photography on 0244671593. 0244671593. Shabak Photography. Post. They venture and they capture. And narcissists and their flying monkeys will look at your social media and wonder why you are thriving and advancing. Because what they meant for evil, God turned it for good. Hashtag shame unto you. Being called sensitive for reacting to disrespect is manipulation. Hashtag be wise. Being called sensitive for reacting to disrespect is manipulation. I am ready for the celebration. Xmas is right here. I'm not celebrating 20 feet or 20 seat. All right, I'm celebrating the grace of God, the fact that God has kept me alive from January to December.
But they're strong for humanity. Now this fight with
the name remains Papa Law Perfect.
Yeah. God bless our homeland Ghana. Make it great.
All right, so take your time. Some people just see captions of or topics or headlines of write-ups and they just jump into hasty conclusions. I wrote this myself and I'm going to read it. Take your time. Notice of attempt to slander me. Obi who you say, who want to slander Papa Law Perfect? Take your time. So I wrote, take your time to read this. Please be informed that somebody is trying to cause a false alarm by spreading a dangerous rumor that I have stopped eating chicken, goat, turkey, a collection of hamper. I therefore wish to state categorically that at no time did I ever attempt to stop eating chicken, turkey, goat meat, and collection of hamper. Nor did I ever contemplate such a dangerous idea, let alone dream about it. These are lies fabricated by my enemies who want to tarnish my hard-earned reputation by preventing my family and friends like you from offering me chicken, turkey, and goat, and collection of hamper during this festive period. I beg you all to stay calm and vigilant and ignore the rumor. Shame these miscreants by sending me the chicken, turkey, and goat meat, and also a hamper you intended to send. Please don't forget to add a bag of rice and drinks. I am investigating the source of this malicious blackmail. Say it, Derek Van Dis in a Shasi say Kofi or Hilba Kofi Preso says Shabak Photography for the Shasi. I'll keep you all updated on my investigation as we approach December 25th and 26th. Meanwhile, do enjoy a festive season of fun, joy, and laughter. Did you like this one? All right. Say what you want about me. It doesn't matter anyway. Because no matter the matter, God will matter in my matter. When God matters in my matter, the devil will not be a matter, because a matter is anything that has weight and occupies space. All right, so let me do the headlines, news that are making headlines in our various newspapers and news portals before I go for a break. Listen, the Harmattan is right here, so drink enough water. You can imagine how I drink water. Come and see how I drink water.
For humanity.
Come on now. Do your boogie jiggy.
God bless our homeland.
Straight up, the vision still continues until we get there. We are not stopping. We are not budging out. News that are making headlines in our newspapers. That's right. Omani ebeye yo enye yo me no na echichire Ghana. We are building Ghana together. Thank you, Mr. Producer. Manager papa. I am a purpose changer. That is who I am. All right, so let's go for the news that are making headlines in our various newspapers. On the front page of the Ghanaian Times, we are handing over a strong economy. Finance Minister Masa, we hear political talk. Ya di ochre no. E ba bia dollar that ye nim. Yeah, oni mo tie economics asepa. Amim Adam. Mustafa Amim Adam. Dr. Mustafa Amim Adam. Oni mo tie economics ase. Ye ma me no mo anko school no mo market no. Said omo tie economics ase no. Ebe ya sese wo se atumu nyina mo twene. Ne ye kofa omo ba. No mo be kire mo se de ye economics. Ye nananom mo kofa ntoso a onim de obenya. Onim sika ode kofa. Onim de obenya mfa so obenya ne ode be fa car. Transport de ne be kode ne beba. Onim ni nyina. Mfa so obenya onim. They know. A strong economy. Anyway. Na hwani. ECOWAS urged to incorporate women's view into transnational organized crime policies. Agriculture, agribusiness, my passion for growth. President-elect John Dramani Mahama. Please, fire service investigate burning of Ablekuma North constituency ballot papers. On the front page of the Daily Post, Kusibuafo and Co. chop $36 million. World Bank loan meant for public sector reforms and cover it with fake receipt. Akwawe Kasa Kusibuafo Oko Rwanda by hey I was here Ghana to say Rwanda neni Sana Kagame Bunabai Aniti Monsieur Bia na wayi ni tiri sakora bia ya musuro wo. Ye dangerous. Kuzibuafo. I'm praying to wake up one day and see all these people prosecuted. I want to see them in court. I want a fair hearing and I want them jailed and handcuffed into the Isawam prison. AKUFO-ADDO petition to remove Chief Justice Gertrude Araba Esaba Tokonu. Oh, naso we oba enche abanfo ade. Munya botre. Oba da bay. We dey so oba enche. All right, Volta Regional House of Chiefs demand removal of immigration post at Esikuma, Sugakope and police barrier Japan. On the front page of the Informer, MPP's defeat, lesson to political class. Mahama, it means that you can't take Ghanaians for granted again. Ghanaians can never be taken for granted. For inciting officers against IGP, arrest Bitter Agbozo now. Peace watch. We will sack corrupt J. Mensa and this is Bandi vows. Maza, untumi sakeno. So dimse mra makwansa. I say the petition ba na ma yenya justification. Yeah, you see, abai sasa we nye first and a we nye last. And a mre yenin kaso. All right? Power is transient. Transient here means SSA. It is a football. Oh, bonne ne roll say ya. Neba. Tisa soche. Take it easy, please. Rambo style no medical kase aban bia ba na mechiwe na ye chiom gidi. Ubo se no mo the document awode be ye evidence in court no mo de asie. Et munye ni cool. If you even have any agenda, be careful. ECOWAS applauds Ghana for deepening democracy, urges region to emulate her. On the front page of the News Center, economic recovery gathers momentum. Dr. Amim Adam. 189 billion Ghana cedis spent on debt serving over 12 years. 10,233 fiber cuts. Theft cost telcos $17.4 million. A major strain on resources of operations. All right, so let's go on. On the front page of the authoritative daily graphic, prioritize development, leave good legacy. Yagbon Wura advises Mahama. Finance Minister will lay expenditure in advance of appropriation. Che Mensa Bonsu assures. Police probe fire that destroyed Ablekuma North electoral materials. On the front page of the new crusading guide, NDC inheriting strong economy from government. 3.5 months import cover. Inflation 23% in November 2024. Etc. says Finance Minister. Mahama to unveil 120-day social contract committee soon. Vegetable ban bite Western businesses hard. Supreme Court spends busybody. Nane Jibuesi Yakova. Certiorari application against Adenta High Court judgment. So 24 minutes on top of the hour. I want you to know that the show is Mpɔtam, your favorite current affairs and political show, coming your way from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. this and every Monday through Thursday. Mahama on the front page of the Daily Searchlight. Mahama, cancel betting tax now. Ashama youth demands. Betting be a day. Betting be a day. Papa. Ashama for the omu interested pa. Also mampenyu shebo. Eno kra ka ho na yema yeto abanema wo. Twemu sesi twem. Bowing of wars. Ghanaian team for sustainable innovation. President Albert Kwabena Jumfuo, a transformative leader in Ghanaian journalism. So Charlie, the guy is good. The guy is too good. Oh yeah, dear. Veep Baumia to Grace Parliament Festival of 9 Lessons and Carol. Scandal. Over 10,000 fiber optic cable cuts reported across Ghana. On the front page of the Daily Guide, EC ballot boxes set on fire at Kwasiman School. High Sense Bronya promo takes off. Nana Outdoors new foreign affairs complex. Parliament House delaying 3-month budget approval threatens transition. Chairman Sabonju. Ghana Armed Forces GAF arrest protocol recruitment scammer. On the front page of the Ghanaian publisher, Finance Minister declares we are handling over a strong economy. Ghana consolidates democratic credentials. AKUFO-ADDO. Police investigate strange fire outbreak at school housing Ablekuma North ballot boxes. Hold IGP accountable for election security. Defense Minister. On the front page of the Daily Dispatch, MPP's voter losses between 2020 and 2024. Greater Accra lost 46%, Central Region 38%, Eastern Region 34%, and Ashanti Region 24%. Wow, interesting. My incoming government will take severe decisions, but they will be in Ghana's interest. John Mahama. Ulomes Mary na Amanua Dodu passes on. Oh, Matthew, Paul. May your soul rest in perfect peace. On the front page of the Chronicle, MPP handling over a resilient economy to end this year. Adam. Minority begs majority. We can't pay workers if mini budget is not approved. Police probe arson attack on Ablekuma North ballot boxes. The end of news that made headlines in our various newspapers and news portals. I'm going for a quick break. When I'm back, we'll do more. 28 minutes on top of the hour, 5 p.m. GMT in the studios of Papalo Radio. Don't forget, the show is streaming live on 88.3 FM, live on www.modernghana.com, online radiobox.com. I'm going for a break. I'll be right back. Stick and stay right here.
Ghana, make it great and strong. Free saying it, baby,
General, we need peace in the Ghana, so who no put on the gun and lift the banner higher. Now make the politician tell you no lie, think twice and remember we are one nation. Election I think one smoothly. Vote finally I never act funny. Now let me come again and then me may fail. Let's live together. We're preaching peace and unity. One love the humanity. Many of us can't afford to lose, cause all they have is our family. Me say bra, minka wasembi, sikanti, and comprini will be a sink of us and my anybody and our loyalty.
Like Rasta, we just want the peace. Like I'm looking for pounds, all I want is the peace. Trouble is like disease, lost in the bladder. We are looking for the way to peace. For your ears, the peace. It's a combat when you're coming from the timberland, but we don't want our peace to be resting in peace. To be honest, war is not sweet like sex, so we choosing to come in peace.
Yeah. About to never to. My papa to never to. Never be never so. Opasa min community na yanko. Today.
We need a peace and love. No fight your brother for one another man's sake. Unity and oneness is all we need.
We need free education, digitalization. Without care, peace for this nation. Free education, digitalization. Without care, peace for this nation. Rain God, I say one love. It doesn't matter which part you come from. Manu one on your time, I give enough. You got time, you would have come, I do better. Now, but you, when you go one love, it doesn't matter where you come from.
Oh, my love, and why? Oh, my no one and you. And snow one and snow on me. Oh, my and don't you killing me, brother, make you not try. If you use a gun, then mama gon' cry. Let's live in peace and harmony. Love is all that we need. Oh, my love. Oh, my love. Yes, I'm not sad. I'm for running. Oh, my love. Yes, I'm not sad. I'm for running. Nashkurullahi walhamdulillahi. Kasam mugana dani da kaini. Domin haka.
Karifi. Karifi chilese ahwadin yesa Karifi na gode Allah. All right, so I have Miko Jean. Oh, my sweet, how you doing? How's America? Love emoji. Love right back to you. Yeah, Bema. Yeah, be man. All right.
Say I told you about China.
Also, my thumbs up. All right.
Ghana.
All right. So, Wushu Samuel listening live and enjoying. Wushu Samuel against a Papa One with love. It's any per way so near me pa. We are share the chicken. All right. Vida Boatin, my sweet mother, sweet mother. I don't go forget you. I am listening to you, Papa. Thank you very much. Big shout out to the one who gave birth to me. Isn't it beautiful? Isn't it awesome for your mother to come online and listen to you? All right, 33 minutes on top of the hour, 5 p.m. GMT in the studios of Papalo Radio. We're streaming live and rocking wide on www.modernghana.com, online radiobox.com. Don't also forget that we are live on 88.3 FM. Those following us on all our social media handles is Papalo Radio /TV. Like the page, put your notification button on so that anytime we come online, you'll be first to be notified. This is a letter. I'm going to read a letter to you, and this is coming from the office of the president-elect, the transition team of the president-elect John Dramani Mahama. December 18th, 2024. Press statement. Preparatory team towards president-elect anti-corruption drive. As a preparatory measure towards the rollout of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama's promise to recover proceeds of corruption and hold persons responsible for such corruption accountable when he assumes office, a team has been set up to receive and gather information from members of the public and other sources on suspected acts of corruption. The team comprises the following individuals. Number one on the list is Honorable Samuel Okujeto Ablakwa, chairman or chairperson, is going to chair this particular committee. I can say bit and chunk about this man. I think he's done enough to hold this particular position as the chairman for the anti-corruption drive and then the oral. The oral simply means Operation Recover All Loot. Operation Recover All Loot. I can also say a lot about Daniel Domilevo, former Auditor General. A man who is, spotless, somebody who has the passion, the love for Mother Ghana. At least we saw bit and chunk of his administration when he was the Auditor General. He was one of the Auditor Generals who could hold the government accountable, hold the neck of the government. And some way, somehow, they illegally, according to the court ruling, the High Court ruling, he was illegally taken out of office by this current administration under the leadership of Nana Addo Dankwa AKUFO-ADDO, His Excellency. And so, talking about Domilevo, solid. When it comes to the third on the list, is COP retired Nathaniel Kofi Boakye, affectionately known the man who hates nonsense. The man who hates nonsense. We all heard much about him when he was then the Ashanti Regional Police Commander. Ashanti Regional Police Commander. And we saw how he was arresting armed robbers. He was arresting criminals left, right, center. He was all over the place. And such a man being part of the anti-corruption team and then the aura. There is no cause for alarm, no qualms, no squabbles about this one. And then the fourth on the list is Mr. Martin Kwebu. He's a private legal practitioner. I remember when former President John Dramani Mahama was in government, he was always on their neck, or on the neck of the government, accusing the government of corruption. And then they were praying that we have a corruption-free president and government. And when Nana Addo Dankwa AKUFO-ADDO also took the reins over the governance structure of this country, or the governance of this country, Akwebu, as we all know, had always been on the neck of this government, talking about corruption, related matters, and all that, mentioning names. I mean, he's bold and he's affable. About Raymond Archer, the last on the list, investigative journalist. Much will not be said about this man because we all know about Raymond Archer. A lot is what he's done for Mother Ghana as a journalist, investigative journalist. So, anti-corruption with oral, with Operation Recover All Loot as a major plank, formed a core part of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama's policy platform in 2024 campaign, and he intends to hit the ground running on these commitments. Felix Kwachi Ofosu, spokesperson, signed Felix Kwachi Ofosu, spokesperson, Mahama transition team. All right, so don't forget, show is produced by Derek Van Dis, and our sponsors are Nana One Shoes and Shabak Photography, Papalo Farms, and what have you. If you want to sponsor this program, just tell us, call us. I'll be available to listen to you, and then we take it from there. All right, so let's look at news that made headlines in our various newspapers and news portals. Here we give you the best of news. Don't go anywhere. All right, so stick and stay right here. The best is here to come. When we say you are cajoling somebody, it means you are persuading the person. You are persuading somebody. Another word is cajoling. You are cajoling somebody, it means you are persuading the person. When we say somebody is capricious, it means the person is unpredictable. As they pain them, it is sweetest. As it is sweetest, it is pain them. And as they pain them, it is sweetest. I'm sure this is the theme for the NDC. Hey, Abaye is somebody nipe bi. Oh, hey, Ghana pani. I say I'm telling you, ne your boy boso. It's on boso and more. All right, so news that are making headlines in our various newspapers and news portals. Man arrested for shattering windscreens of parked vehicles at Parliament. Aguano. Oh yes, smart. The guy is smart. He's acting like somebody who is a bipolar patient or person. He's acting like somebody who is under the influence of alcohol or under the influence of any drug, under the influence of so-called Holy Ghost. Or say, Lord have mercy. Or be a children. Or say, Lord have mercy on them. They don't know what they are doing. It means that the guy is second Jesus. All right, Boku conflict. Drones deployed to capture attackers. Malnutrition claims 2 lives in Boku, 65 cases recorded in 2024. Archbishop Nicholas Duncan Williams received first Ghana Movie Awards nomination. I think he was starred in one of the movies by Jackie Appiah and the likes, and surprisingly, he's been the first Archbishop, a first Ghanaian movie awards nomination. That's amazing. Congratulations, the Archbishop. So we are praying. Every demon, oh my God, Papa, we love you. Ashanti region, 1 dead, 3 injured in Galamsey pit collapse. Majority of NDC MPs will become redundant. Afenyo marking. Ayo ye. Only need to cast or patches the omodoso. Enti minister no ministers ministerial role no. Mahama regional and Abia no ankofa. Even regional ministers Abia no ankofa deputies. What you say na also offer 60. The boss or say no. Ebi nsoa neja. Ghana for your tears say the miawani for 70. So for 4 more crash still on 188, you know, maybe parliament adjuma number. But aside that, they can be given the CEO positions and all that. So I think keep quiet because AKUFO-ADDO will employ 700,000, yes 7,000. 7,000 anamboa no records na 7,000 workers. Yes, 7,000. Ti omo benye adwuma ye. Why? Hang Parliament is the cause of mini budget delays. Ricketts Hagan. Supreme Court dismisses suit challenging anti-gay bill. My dear. Now Obi bisa say why now? You've done well, but why now? Chief Justice Gertrude Araba Esaba Tokonu. Uyo be a appointed unemenia jipapa me pewasem from afar. Why now? Abaya society ana. Yehwe. That the sisa tumu we mun stop your munya o mun se hunu no. Enemosa LGBTQIA+. If you are men and women, mon cafe eno akwa bi a video bi a me chance or say wa wuni mu abato ballot box no be ye wo beteka se moye kaka ye be kakaka moye kaka ye be Ghana zo na soja for no moye omo usual yes say as a omo de charge omo. There's a word for it. The usual training moral exercise ni bi na meti say police in the old leading. See, we need strength. And I'm saying, yes, sir. We need strength to make sure that during the elections, we remain strong and stronger. So you have to reduce the rounds of sexual intercourse with your partners. No more come on say, yes, sir. No be at that form. We have a Ghana police. Domi level 4 others to lead Mohammed's operation recover all loot. Last minute recruitment. Payment are legal. Fatima Abubakar onane oyede onazize oye information minister. Baumia is the best person to give MPP victory in 2028. Miracles abwaje abrantie popo bribri esiu so pa jai kasane doson eno CTF omdom be frefre wo yen de be frefre wo obeka ka de enka ujai oyakola obeto mpanyifo what is mpanyifo ni bi kasa apart from 190 ministers ni mu bia wo mo se yen fama mu ni ko se ya o mampanyi wo mo se wantie no apart from what is panyi bi kasa ka wanu tum amo campaign abawie ye anamugusu ye campaign. AKUFO-ADDO petitioned to remove Chief Justice over alleged incompetence. Peaceful election 2024 proves Ghana's strong democratic credentials. We pray for a positive shift under your leadership, Duncan Williams to Mahama. Mahama to inaugurate committee to oversee implementation of 120-day social contract. All last-minute appointment will be reversed. Mahama transition team. Fake soldier in viral recruitment video arrested. And I said now quite to me hold you no ye and I just said are you motivated? Ahoya EC calls for enhanced security following attacks on personnel after December post. Free SHS probing expired rice scandal crucial for accountability. A black one. WAEC denies rumors of relocating headquarters to Nigeria. The end of the news that made headlines in our various newspapers and news house. The best is here. The time is exactly 47 minutes on top of the hour. 5 p.m. GMT in the studios of Papalo Radio. We streaming live and rocking wide on www.modernghana.com, online radiobox.com. Don't forget we are also live on 88.3 FM and follow us on all our social media handles, Papalo Radio/TV. Like the page, put your notification button on so that anytime you come online, you'll be first to be notified. Today I'll be having on the line Honorable Salom Agbesi. He is a politician, real estate developer. I will be having chit-chatting with him at exactly 6 p.m. to 6:30. 30 minutes of education, pure education. Here we educate, we inform, we entertain, and above all, we make sure that everything we say here is already authenticated. Stick and stay right here. The show is Mpɔtam. My producer, Derek Vandy. Show produced by Derek Vandy. And then show sponsored by Nana One Shoes and Shabak Photography and Papa Law Farm. Stick and stay right here.
So why you want this children match to one? Why you know without feel match to peace? So well, I'm asking the prophets now. Boy, my mother teach me not to hate one another. No, in how we young, we never hate one another. Boy, she teach me bitch, she teach me love. So make a rally round your throne. That's where we go. My father teach me not to hate one another. No, I woulda share with my brother. No, he gave me peace, he teach me love. So I'm asking the priest. So why you want the children match to one? Why you know we have to match to peace? So which is the truth right now? Nothing asking why the children match to one. Why you know we have to match to peace, boy? Well, I'm asking the prophets now. So why the young one Christians don't just say, why do you match us to war every day? We're not gonna do that again, no way. No, not again, no way. We should be singing and marching, yeah, rally round your cross. Girls have been barren, we are here up in now. Righteous Africans stands all alone. Tell them we have to get it done. So why you want the children match to one? Why you know we have to match to peace?
Papalo Radio.
So which is the truth right now? Nothing asking why the children match to one? Why you know we have to match to peace, boy?
We don't have to transact our peace. Let's enjoy peace in this nation. I love the songwriter. Beautiful peace. I love this one. You need to go download this particular song. Who played this song? Who played this song? DSL. So go. Mentor winner, right? Alright, so DSL. Solid guy. I love this song. He's talking about peace. Let's not transact the peace of this nation for anything.
Why you know we have to match to peace, boy? Well, I'm asking the prophets now.
We are asking the prophet.
See anytime you see the Babylon.
51 minutes on top of the hour. 5 p.m. GMT.
No.
We got the love of Papalo Radio. We streaming live and rocking wide on www.modernghana.com, online radiobox.com. Don't forget we are live on 88.3 FM. Go on Facebook, we are live. On YouTube, we are live on Papalo Radio /TV. Alright, so let's go for the editorials for today. And before that, I want you to hit the share button, share the broadcast on your page, on your timeline. Send the link to your friends. Tell your friends it's time for your favorite political current affairs show, Mpɔtam, hosted by your very own, your favorite Papalo Perfect, the navigator of the airwaves. Papalo Radio. That's right. Man arrested for shattering windscreens of parked vehicles at Parliament. A man has been arrested for allegedly smashing the windscreens of several vehicles parked within the premises of Parliament on Wednesday, today, December 18th, 2024. Eyewitnesses reported seeing the suspect, whose identity have not yet been revealed, moving among the packed vehicles and using a metal object to shatter the windscreens. The motive behind the acts remains unclear. Security personnel at Parliament responded quickly, apprehending the suspect at the scene. At the time he was being arrested, he was heard saying, "Father, have mercy on them. Daddy, they don't know what they are doing. It is for your own good." The suspect was handed to the Ghana Police Service. Domi Levo, 4 others to lead Mohammed's Operation Recover All Oral. President-elect John Dramani Mahama has announced a 5-member team to lead the National Democratic Congress, the NDC's preparatory effort toward the rollout of its Operation Recover All Loot. The program, central to Mohammed's campaign and prominently featured in his 120 social contract agenda, seeks to combat corruption, reclaim looted state resources, and enforce strict accountability measures in Ghana's public sector. Oral is designed as a comprehensive strategy to address systematic corruption and financial impropriety by focusing on recovering misappropriated funds and resources. The initiative aims to strengthen governance, restore public trust in state institutions, and provide much-needed fiscal space for national development. A circular dated December 18th, issued by the Office of the President-elect, introduced the 5-member oral team and trusted the monumental task of spearheading the initiative. The members of the team include the following. First on the list, Honorable Samuel Okujeto Ablakwa, Chairman. Mr. Daniel Domlevo, former Auditor General. COP retired Nathaniel Kofi Boache. Last but not the least, Mr. Martin Akpebu, private legal practitioner. And last on the list is Mr. Raymond Acha, investigative journalist. The concept of Operation Recover All Loot first gained public attention on September 4th, 2024, when groups affiliated with the NDC organized a demonstration at the Ministry of Finance to protest what they describe as gross financial mismanagement under the outgoing Nana Addo Dankwa AKUFO-ADDO's administration. The protest was attended by civil society, students, and private citizens. The end of our editorials for today, 55 minutes on top of the hour, 5 p.m. GMT in the studios of Papalo Radio. We are live on 88.3 FM, also live on www.modernghana.com, onlineradiobox.com. Go on Facebook, like the page, put your notification button on so that anytime we come online, you'll be first to be notified. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Papalo Radio /TV, like the page. Stick and stay right here. I'm going for a break. When I'm back, I'll be having chit-chatting with Mr. Selom Agbasi. He is a politician, estate developer. Stick and stay right here.
Every day I be working, so every time I'm sweating. Then I'm a minister. Men for me chop money, mommy pasta. Nan say me to me don't pay me sissy. Bet you never know so I'm in. So we dey get money or we dey find money. I just want to know. Why now we woman? If you my the end to him, I'm there. My what the end to him, I'm down. Only you, only you. Why now we woman? If you my the end to him, I'm there. My what the end to him, I'm down. Only you, only you. Me the mania to so, the fry out me so, fry out me so. Me the mania to so, the fry out me so, fry out me so, fry out me so. Safu be a go for bad girl. And I was saying, that's why man say, Bianca Caban's in the Nazi. Then I'm from no true Bugatti. Last time in time for the pool party. And I don't buy me by the side. Bless me like my pastor. Even though I'm a gangster. Oh, no, 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 no. I quite out as in a media. Oh, yeah. With you, the miss you in a media. Nami no malumbo, nami no madonko, nami sa zunto a bibinti. Nami no malumbo, nami no madonko, nami sa zunto a bibinti. Bana webu ame, ejuma di entu imame dei, mawa di entu imame donka. Only you. Bana webu ame, ejuma di entu imame dei, mawa di entu imame donka. Only you. Midi menia tu so, the fraya Jimmy so. Fraya Jimmy so. Midi menia tu so, Mister. Bless me like my pastor. Even though I'm a gangster. Oh no. I quite out as in a media. Oh yeah. With you the miss you in a media. Nami no malumbo, nami no madonko, nami sa zunto a bibinti. Nami no malumbo, nami no madonko, nami sa zunto a bibinti. Bana webu ame, ejuma di entu imame dei, mawa di entu imame donka. Only you. Bana webu ame, ejuma di entu imame dei, mawa di sa. Bless me like my pastor, even though I'm a gangster. Oh no. I quite out as in a media. Oh yeah. With you the miss you in a media. Nami no malumbo, nami no madonko, nami sa zunto a bibinti. Nami no malumbo, nami no madonko, nami sa zunto a bibinti. Bana webu ame, ejuma di entu imame dei, mawa di entu imame donka. Only you. Bana webu ame, ejuma di entu imame dei, mawa di sa. Bless me like my pastor, even though I'm a gangster. Oh no. I quite out as in a media. Oh yeah. With you the miss you in a media. Nami no malumbo, nami no madonko, nami sa zunto a bibinti. Nami no malumbo, nami no madonko, nami sa zunto a bibinti. Bana webu ame, ejuma di entu imame dei, mawa di entu imame donka. Only you. Bana webu ame, ejuma di entu imame dei, mawa di sa. Bless me like my pastor, even though I'm a gangster. Oh no. I quite out as in a media. Oh yeah.
Apollo Radio. Straight up. Apollo Radio. Straight up.
Mama pastor. Nan say me me don't pay me sissy. Bet you never know so I'm in. So we dey get money or we dey find money. I just want to know. Bana webu ame, ejuma di entu imame dei, mawa di entu imame donka. Only you. Bana webu ame, ejuma di entu imame dei, mawa di entu imame donka. Only you. Midi menia tu so, the Friday I'm sweating. Then I'm a minister. Men for me chop money, mommy pasta. Nan say me don't pay me sissy. Bet you never know so I'm in. So we dey get money or we dey find money. I just want to know. Bana webu ame, ejuma di entu imame dei, mawa di entu imame donka. Only you. Bana webu ame, ejuma di entu imame dei, mawa di entu imame donka. Only you.
All right, onye yaba. Mr. Selom Agbesi Waba onye waba. Honorable Agbesi is here. Honorable, I salute.
Hello, Papa. I take answer. I'm good. Yourself?
The Lord is faithful. We are bouncing very well.
Sure.
All right. So, how is AKUFO-ADDO? How is the atmosphere?
I would say it's getting back to normal. Yes. Everything is getting
back to normalcy, right?
Yes.
Wow.
Just that some positions are changing. People are now realizing that.
But politics is interesting, isn't it?
Very.
When you are in power, the way you go about doing things is different when you are in opposition.
Oh, even there's a lot that comes with power. Power, even if you are hungry and you have power, you look nice. Because you can enter or go into any office and sort yourself out or discuss with somebody
opposition, dear.
Opposition, everybody is licking their wounds. Who are you going to? So you need people you can move along with.
I don't want to mention names, but somebody who is a chairman, the current chairman of the MPP in the Ashanti region, the way he was going about ranting and hitting his chest, showing bars of gold and all that for a very good reason. Now his momentum, his ego, the way he talks has changed drastically. That is Chemawun to me.
Power will humble you. That is what you can conclude. Power will humble you.
So power will humble us. Then today there's been a press release from the office of the president-elect, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, his preparatory team towards anti-corruption drive. And as we speak, the team players are here. Honorable Samuel Okujeto Ablakwa, chairman.
Sure.
What can you say about Okujeto?
Yesterday when you engaged me, I was saying that the babies of sharp teeth are very mature, very experienced, and per what they did, it exposed a lot of corrupt practices of the NPP administration.
That's right.
So it is not surprising for me to have one of them as a chairperson to head such an important committee that is aimed at directing the focus of government from not just tackling corruption issues, but really draining down on whoever had been perpetrating such crimes against the good people of Ghana.
Those who have loot the country. So Operation Recover All Loot.
Sure.
And then anti-corruption. So Honorable Samuel Okujeto is a very fantastic politician. I like him from afar.
And a great investigator. Look at the investigations he did concerning
where was he getting all these information from? I'm sure he paid a lot to get a lot.
Yeah, he's a mature politician already from student politics days on the campus of University of Ghana. So he came to the office of the Atamil, then in opposition, and then they won. So he's had a lot of stints with a lot of people.
That's right.
So when he became MP with his aim to stabilize himself, he needed to get the team working.
That's right.
And he is one of the most performing members of parliament we've had in the 8th parliament.
I'm telling you.
And you can't take the advantage, the achievements away from him. He deserves it, and he can do so much.
I think he's the Kennedy Japan of the NDC.
Oh, please, he won't get there. Kennedy is just, the category I put Kennedy is
I am only talking about how
because
he gets it.
Kennedy could talk, but not actually forced to submit facts.
Okay.
But this man, slow talker, brings you facts and evidence, takes you to court, and actually win the case in front of your own judges.
When you say in front of your own judges, I know where you are coming from. I mean, the United
United FC.
Anyway, surprisingly today, the Supreme Court, it's not part of the subject, we'll continue, but surprisingly, the Supreme Court have dismissed the petition by our very own The Last Sky. I don't know if he's still with CTFM. Yes.
He's still with them.
He went out of the country to study
law, masters in law again,
right. And
then came back.
He wanted to test his relevance by taking the LGBTIA plus bill to the Supreme Court, and finally they have ruled. And people are asking, why now? Is it because hands has changed or power has changed?
I think one is power has changed, and two, you see, any law or anybody who have ever sat in a law class can tell you the case was it was like it had not gotten to a place where you could even take such a law to court to whether justify it or not, because it's still a bill until the president assent to it. So you can't take a bill which is even still in the course of or in the process of becoming a law to court. It doesn't even qualify to go before. Yes. So for only God knows the reasons why the court even admitted to hear the case.
That's right.
But I think it's all well and good.
I think
Ghanaians have shown that power still resides in them, and they shown those then in authority that they can try, but the power still, the sovereignty still resides in the people.
Amazing.
Not the people who have been given power, or the minority who have been given power to rule.
Amazing, because isn't it amazing that majority of Ghanaians are against this LGBTQIA plus, and we expected the president to have assented his signature as quick as possible, because this is a president who was riding one slogan.
Don't forget, he promised the vice president of US. So when the vice president of United States visited Ghana, he made some assertions, and I remember the president trying to dissuade her. That he was not aware of it, and he would make sure that the writing is done. And then the outgoing vice president also was also of that view that it should be hanging a bit. So you could clearly identify that it was not the substance of the case, but for the political expediency during that time. And then also for the World Bank, the IMF, something was America have to back you before you can get that. So if they do something that infuriates America, they were sure that IMF bailout was not going to succeed. So they had to delay it. So for political reasoning, I think they delayed it. But at the long run, I think the law has, or the people of Ghana has have their way.
Okay. So on that score, I think Mahama is lucky on this one, because when it comes to the US now, a man I love so much, the current the president-elect Donald J. Trump. Oh my goodness, he's also against this, so Mahama can easily just assent.
Oh, even it's likely His Excellency Nana-Addo could approve it before he leaves office.
I know.
Because he would not want to leave all the glory for Mahama. So he would want to at least take that accolade before he leaves office.
Amazing. Anyway, so Dom Levo, what do you say about this one? Former Auditor General, a man I love so much. Me, I don't hide my feelings.
Those appointments are powerful. All of them, Mr. Domelevo,
Nathaniel Kofi Boakye,
yes,
Akwebu, Martin
Akwebu is one of the foremost lawyers when it comes to criminal law or criminal jurisprudence in Ghana. He is one of the leaders because he has forced a lot of changes in our jurisprudence in Ghana. So for him to be there and having always commented on anti-corruption and other things for a long while, I believe the composition is I would say just up to the task. And don't forget Raymond Archer to having suffered under some dubious contractual deals in relating to Magdan and other people. You realize I am not saying they should go against them, no, but they should just go and do the right thing.
Okay.
If anybody went beyond what the law gives him or her, they should call the person and that person should come and answer.
And you think this team is going to be effective? And they will do
no, this team is just a precursor to the main oral team. Let us not forget.
Okay.
The main oral team is going to be a standing committee, which is likely to have regional groupings.
Okay.
Because the kind of things that have happened under this administration, it's better for us to delve in it right to the core, so that we can now focus on bringing things that will develop the country.
Amazing.
Because
so,
look at the recent fertilizer case that has gone on, from Kwawu to Kumasi to a lot of places, a whole story building that is unattended to having over 5,000 bags of fertilizers, which were supposed to be given to farmers, and so that our food prices could have also gone down, because when there is bumper harvest, naturally food prices goes down.
That's right.
And if somebody has kept it thinking they want a better way or better day so that they can sell or maybe ship it out of the country, and it's a messy situation.
Amazing. So
Ghanaians should come together and say never again.
So I'll borrow the words of Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. He said, "What a solid team." So this is a solid team.
This is a solid team, but I believe they will not just disintegrate into gas. They will go to liquid before they can turn to gas.
I hope so. All right, so what are we talking about today? I asked my first question about real estate matters, and you gave
about
me all the project feasibility, evaluating the viability of a real estate project, including market analysis, financial projections, and risk assessment.
Sure.
So let's go to land acquisition and entitlement.
As I mentioned the last time, when you talk about land acquisition and entitlement, the best people will be the lawyers, because they normally will write the other legal instruments that add to it. But on a practical level, I think I would just want to summarize it and not go so much. So per the laws in Ghana, there are categories of lands in Ghana. State vested lands, meaning lands that belongs to the government of Ghana.
And they are looting it for themselves.
That's why oral is coming. So we should just relax. For them, state lands is there. Then we have stool lands is there. And then also we have family lands, and then private lands, which are individual lands. And all these things, the law makes room for all of them. So with state lands, to acquire it, that's why Lands Commission is there.
When is state land?
State lands. It's always under Lands Commission. And with the state vested land, there is a state land and state vested land.
So what's the difference?
State lands are lands that are totally for the state. And you don't go closer. If you want to buy, it's the same state that will have to process for you to buy. Now, state vested land are lands that are vested in families, or the right of ownership has been partly given to a family to administer. So whenever they would want to sell any land, they would have to make sure to inform the state that so and so want that this part of land, and therefore,
in the first place, before you go on, why will the state invest into a land and then hand it over to a particular family.
Okay.
I am
this
looking
is
at
a historical. This comes from historical antecedents.
Okay, so
we are the country that formed one of the powerful pressure groups in colonial times.
Okay.
Which was the Aborigines Right Protection Agency. Yeah. So the Aborigines Right Protection Society, led by the famous lawyer John Mensah Saba and the then chairman Pa Grant.
That's right.
They were the people who pushed for the request that the lands of Ghana rightly belong to the people of Ghana from their ancestors and for children yet unborn.
Okay.
And therefore the colonialists do not have a right to come and position itself as the owners of such lands.
Okay.
And therefore that case was won decisively in the Commonwealth Court in London. So it gave the most lands back to the stools or the king and also families that owned such lands.
Okay.
So that was the starting point. But before independence, there were such issues that needed to be protected, like how government investment should be protected. So the state took it upon itself to advance certain portions of land to itself, and in doing so paid compensation to the families that were affected. So example is when you talk about the AKUFO-ADDO Dam. There were people who were moved from one place to the other. And then the Kwewusam and then some of the towns were moved from one place. So all these people were reassigned specific lands. And as part of, because they didn't receive cash, they were given some portions of land and buildings were built on them for them and their family. Until recently, I think they had a 50-year moratorium that they were not paying electricity bills.
Yeah.
So now that the 50 years was exhausted, now it has come to the fact that they have to pay bills. And if you could remember, there were some people who demonstrations
and tension and tussle
around that area.
There was a standoff between them and the police and all that, the ECG officials.
So those lands that were taken over by government were one way or the other duly compensated. Now, with the land example, AKUFO-ADDO, for example, it was they wanted to buy land from the Achim and give it to the Gabins.
Is it the Achim and the Akuapim? Because there was
the Achims, the Akuapim are under the Achim. Okay. Don't forget, they are one people.
Okay.
So so they bought it from the Achim.
Okay.
And then the Achim gave them that land, and the state had to pay for it.
Well, I'm asking this because there was a chieftaincy issue between Adjeso. After Adjeso, what was the next town? AKUFO-ADDO, Adjeso, and there was a contention. The AKUFO-ADDO, Otibuatin, the second, the current one. I'm told wanted to dethrone somebody, the chief there.
The Akuapim came in,
the Akuapim came in.
Because territorially,
Okrasi, Mile 50, those areas.
Territorially, it still belonged to them.
Okay.
Because that part was not part of the lands that the state paid for.
Okay.
So AKUFO-ADDO lands are state vested lands.
Okay.
The state bought it and yet gave it to the families to share.
Okay.
So whoever wants to sell a land for you from AKUFO-ADDO must inform the government that I am selling this land to this person. And government will also have to take part of that money.
Okay.
Or you also have to pay an amount agreed by the Lands Commission to the government of Ghana.
So let me ask this one before you proceed. So what about those families whose lands are closer maybe to the roadside, whose lands can be used for government offices and all that, then for whatever reason will be there, we say, oh, abaya bejeha sell the bear market or so the bear say, and we don't have a say. They take it and then they compensate them. What about that one too?
Yes, that's why when it's taken, it's compensated. And normally the price is almost like between 3 to 4 times the normal price of the land, because when the government takes it, it doesn't return back to the family.
All right. Go ahead.
Okay, so that is the state vested land. So they vest it in families.
Okay.
Or stools.
Okay.
Now they have stool lands. That's why there is the authority or the Department of Stool Lands.
Yeah.
So they also, it is both stool and skin lands.
Yeah.
In southern Ghana, it is the stool. In the northern Ghana, is the skin.
That's right.
Good. So those lands are also appropriated to the various stools, so that their jurisdiction is imposed on such lands. So before you buy such lands, also the skin or the stool will have to sign or to authenticate the fact that they are aware of your transaction, and then that will empower you to go and register your lands.
Okay.
And then we have family lands. Those lands are lands that are normally, we call it freehold.
Freehold.
Yes, the freehold, they have the right to sell it to anybody or anyone they want.
Okay.
And normally that is a less cumbersome land to buy.
Okay.
Because the people to approach are not many. And once you are able to validate who actually owns the land, you go ahead to.
In other words, it's not, the procedure is not too
it's
cumbersome.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. All right.
Amazing. So that is basically the type of lands.
So we don't have individual lands, or maybe.
Oh, the individual land is on the freehold, where individuals hold it. They transfer it to from either if they are matrilineal, they do it the matrilineal side. If it's the patrilineal, they do it the patrilineal side.
Okay.
So all of them apply. So those ones fall under the freehold, where they sell it and use it for anything that they like.
Okay. Like venturing into real estate development.
Yes.
Wow. Let me ask my final one. I don't know if you can finish this one within 5-10 minutes. It's about design and planning. How do you go about the designing and the planning? I mean, you should have a thoughtful design and planning in real estate development, including the architectural and engineering considerations. So how do you go about designing and then planning?
All right, thank you for the question.
Before that, is Ghana country whatever planning and something, are they alive?
Yeah, the Special Planning Authority.
It used to be country planning.
Town and country planning.
Town and country planning.
It was changed around 2015 to the Geospatial Planning Authority.
Okay.
They are very much alive and working, and they in collaboration with the Lands Commission developed the system where you could register, and the cadastral system wherever you buy a land, and they mention the coordinates anywhere. They can know who exactly owns this particular land or the other. So it is they are working, and they are in charge of planning the entire I would say the districts. They have the master plans. They and the geological survey, they join hands to do, because they will have to identify where natural resources are. They will have to identify where which place is even conducive to locate certain resources or social amenities. They also have to locate places where can be used for roads. They have to demarcate places that encompass the livelihood of people who will live in such communities or areas. So their job
are these things working in Ghana, as you are saying?
It is.
On
If
paper, is it on paper or in reality?
In reality, it's working. The reason we don't see it working is that they don't always show their face unless the politicians come on board.
Okay.
When you send your building plan for permits at the district assembly or the metropolitan assembly
It's
or
one topic we'll actually discuss.
The municipal assembly. All these bodies will sit down and make sure and compare it to their master plan of the district or the municipality or the metropolitan authority, and it is they that would agree that you can still have the right to build such a facility in that area.
I know about that. That's why I'm saying it's going to be a major topic we are going to discuss, because I interviewed one of the people who make sure, it's an organization actually here in Temple. They make sure that you build and you build right. I asked them and they were told that some people pay money at the back door and they put up any building, because I'm told even from the scratch, your foundation, are you putting up a first and second, third, fourth story building? They will check and look at the foundation, a normal one, semi-detached. They will look at even the sand, the quality of the sand, the blocks, the cement, everything.
And even we call it, there's a term which is called the load bearing capacity of the soil on which you are coming to build. That is called a geotechnical report. They will have to also do that to assess whether it can carry a 1-story building, 2-story building, 10-story building, or otherwise.
Amazing.
And so the whole team is at the municipal assembly or the metropolitan assembly, and they will meet to give you permits. Don't forget, in all these things, they also have to consider disaster management policies, because whenever there is an emergency, how are they coming to rescue or coming to bring help to the people who will be living there? These are all things that are considered. So
let me give
you a broad thing.
Sure, let me give you a shocking news that somewhere in Gulf City, it is only one man who has a building permit. All of them, all the buildings you see, nobody has a building permit. In fact, Gulf City was under Tema Development Corporation, that is TDC. Now, Kpoa Katamanso has taken over. In fact, the amount of money they are demanding for permit alone scares the people. So a lot of them don't have building permit. That was just by the way. But
so these are issues that Oral should take interest in and see if they can bring sanity to that area. Because if they don't have building permit, it means they can't take mortgage on their homes. Release some funds for their own progress or whatever they want to do.
One interesting thing is when it's even raining, they bring the property rate. They walk through the rain and the mud. Gulf City is a how do you call it? A water-prone area, a waterlogged area.
So
they walk through it and come and give them the property rate. Meanwhile, they are not considering their sewage system and anything. So if you care to know, they are still taking their due, but a lot more don't have the permit.
All right, I think it will be a good thing to take a note and maybe inform one or two people to technical people to take a look at that, because this should be something of a security concern, because human life is a security issue. Where they are, anything can happen and they need to be taken care of because they are citizens of Ghana.
All right. Honorable, thank you very much. But I don't know if you know Edward, Honorable Edward Eni. He's a former member of parliament for Obuasi East. He's an MPP.
Yeah.
MP.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I've listened to watch a video.
All right. So he says where the stolen money is, he knows it. Even Guyana, or Guyana.
Yeah, Guyana.
Guyana, there's money there. So you guys should go and bring it, okay?
Thank you so much. Ghana needs the money.
That's right.
To develop. So
thank you very much. We appreciate you. We'll meet you again tomorrow.
All right, thank you.
Straight up. All right, so I have been speaking with Honorable Selom Agbesi. He's a politician, real estate developer. Mekasanso esi mi yedede. Kwekua Nancy. Show na yede. 33 minutes on top of the hour, 6 p.m. I want to read some of your comments that are trickled in, and I expect you to write so that I'll read them. Some of you are just interested in listening. And the program here anyway, one of our ardent follower, Dorcas Dugbaza, he said Mahama is not on the site yet, and they are afraid. Dorcas Dugbaza again says, when you want to listen to the most educative and best political show, listen to Papalo Radio. Papalo Perfect, more fire. That's right. Ejani di boom kumo. There she is, one of our favorite and ardent follower, Deborah Ajima. He said, Aiko Papalo Radio /TV Moniel. Okay, more grace to your elbow, Papalo Perfect. Again, Deborah Ajima says, Ghanaians have decided with our votes, and we are now watching the NDC from afar. We advise them to keep the marathon speed and strength ablaze to the finish line. If not, Papalo Radio, straight up, don't crooked up. All right, so Mahama administration, straight up, don't crooked up. It means that we are watching you closely with our eagle eyes, and don't come and mess up. If you mess up, we'll mess you up. So please do the needful. Scrap all the taxes you promise you scrap, and then hit the grounds running. I know you will offend people, but majority will be on your side. Keep pushing. President-elect, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. God bless. Stay right here. We're taking a break. I'll be right back. We'll do politics, and Okoji Abua will also take the center stage and end the show for us. The show is in Mpɔtam with Papalo Perfect.
Papalo Radio. Straight up. Papalo Radio. Straight up. Life is a wild carnival. Mama many be why I can emotion. Ekitamina we need to me pass it. I cherish every moment, me my spirit dey free. Many be why I can emotion. Ekitamina we need to me pass it. Papalo Radio. Straight up. Life is a wild carnival. Mama many be why I can emotion. And pim time, pim dummy. It come to a mess son. Nabusu ya didi am what. Any mere won pabu anu ke and come. And pim time, pim dummy. It come to a mess son. Nabusu ya didi am what. Any mere won pabu anu ke and come.
Yeah. No be difficult to do myself. Ubani am meche no kwarat. Wo am many be why I can emotion. Ekitamina we need to me pass it. I cherish every moment, me my spirit dey free. Life is a wild carnival. Mama many be why I can emotion. And pim time, pim dummy. It come to a mess son. Nabusu ya didi am what. Any mere won pabu anu ke and come. And pim time, pim dummy. It come to a mess son. Nabusu ya didi am what. Any mere won pabu anu ke and come. Yeah. No
Papalo Radio. Straight up.
Me da form did I mean to me she say. See I know if I fall. Don't cry me man if I fall. Thousand I bet you me can chow. When him yeah man that chow. Make I live my life for that you know. It's always at last time though. Wait for no man, let's go. Commando, I shoot like Rambo. Say me, yeah, baby, I'm a dream daddy. Swear, my dream one in the
Papalo Radio.
Baby, I'm a dream pardon. And pim time, pim done. Get up from you, I'm a sorry. Nabusi ya didi ya me walk up. Any mere won't pop one who can't come. And pim time, pim done. Get up from you, I'm a sorry. Nabusi ya didi ya me walk up. Any mere won't pop one who can't come. Me frame na me no di anyo. Me shabra ni obi ade enepe. Me ade ana bibi na ha me. Man fan se me ni mpenipa. See your time and I'm a yeah, I'm ya me kwame di anka ma de pe me honam. Life is a lonely journey. You take and I strive for my family. What yo.
Papalo Radio. Straight up.
One man soldier. It's just your soldier. What yo.
Papalo.
I'm a soldier.
Papalo Radio. One man soldier. Me soldier. All right, so it's time to do politics with the politicians. On this platform, we don't entertain any other politician. I mean, politicians with integrity, who speak with decorum and all that. I mean, we have one of a kind, and they are on the platform. I have Honorable Daniel Shama, former MP for Buem constituency, and he's somebody who is going to be part of the president-elect government, I tell you, and I know he's going to perform massively. And I also have Honorable Samuel Dua. Honorables, I salute.
Thank you very much.
Honorable Ashama, they say Honorable Ashama's voice, na sister. Any a friend and Judge
assistant I said if you did ya boy ni shun pe janu so ni shun ko
asem ni
if you did na jam you if you did na jam.
That's right. All right, so gentlemen, let me welcome you officially. Show produced by Nana One Shoes, Shabak Photography, and Papalo Farms. I have on the line Honorable Daniel Shama. He's the former MP for Buem constituency, and then Honorable Samuel Dua, who is also former assembly member and a team member of Yawaso West Wugon. Honorables, Honorable Shama, how are you doing?
Oh, very well, by the grace of God.
And how is your party doing after your
victory? My party is doing very well. His Excellency, the President-elect, have started very well by hitting the ground with on your mark around him.
That's
on right. Your mark. Get set by 7th January 2025. And then we start with the oral.
That's right.
So that is what is moving on now. Petition team is working, and all that I wish every guy and even my brothers in MP relax. We are going to govern the difficult, most poverous, poverest country that have lived for us. We are going to manage it for you to watch, and then you also enjoy in that country called Ghana as a citizen. Nobody is going to harass anybody by the grace of God. Business people in this country must work and make money and feel free. They should not be harassed. So that is the way the NDC party and the government of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is going to move. Last Sunday you saw him serving food, right?
Yeah.
Or you didn't watch that video?
I watched.
Yes. That is leadership by example. A servant leader. A servant leader.
The president president-elect visited the Nigerian president, Baba, and
Tinubu.
Tinubu. And we saw the love, we saw the reception and all that, and people were so amazed. I mean, it's his first international trip after his victory, and people are commending the two leaders, and Nigeria and Ghana are like Siamese twins. They live together.
Yes.
All right.
So with that, everybody should get ready. Support the government because it's going to deliver. It shouldn't be that NNDC for all the NPP people should know that they are living a coffers that cannot support this nation.
All right.
If the finance minister comes today to tell you that the economy is strong, the economy is not strong, but it is not worse too.
So it's a political. You mean it's a political talk?
Yes, the Ghana's economy, Honorable Amin Mohammed Andam should not tell us a lie. Ghana's economy is not strong, but we must admit that it is better than COVID era.
All right.
It is getting better than COVID era, but it is not a strong economy.
So Nana AKUFO-ADDO should have given the nod to Dr. Amin Adam long ago, right? Because people are of the view that he's made a lot of...
That is what some of us... That is what...
People of the view that he's made a lot of incursions within this shortest possible time.
Yes. And that is why some of us, especially myself, if you remember, a year or two ago, I was calling for his removal.
That's right.
Until His Excellency Nana AKUFO-ADDO lackadaisically removing.
He was without, even after the 90 MPs complained, it was after 14 months before he removed
so, by removing Oforiatta alone, it was a respite to this nation. It was a full respite. Because the man is like somebody who is so hungry for blood. Whenever he hears of money, he would like to take money. He would like to take Ghanaians' money to do whatever he likes. Meanwhile, businesses were suffering. So I think that is the feel now in Ghana that even if you don't have money, and you are sick, you are a bit ill because MPP has lost this election and lost heavily in the history of the Fourth Republic.
All right.
Thank you.
Honorable, let me go to your other colleague. Honorable Dia, say we share MPP Nkubu Amadi ni MPP NDC Nkunimdi Amadi na enwechi so we share said Ami madam economy no asenia me dani bisa go for say nka wasi yi Oforiatta long ago but a DM parent na now want to be honorable open remarks.
Yo me am da say edi kameti awati for na matia mi senior brother honorable Ashaman na mama ni trinkwan bi say obo adwuma.
That's right.
Yeah. I said, Ubetimi, a chat trust, I'm a Ghana for a Judy. Now, on my top about my it is never a pen for Bergman. Or Bergman, Papa.
Now I say, Open so as a Ghana for him, my system, the two about name of my throne normal fire.
Sir, it you know, I said, Miniano, when I pen one having Tabu Apa. It is a Mahama money position can say was as he was our Hano.
Yeah.
Because I probably do as I is super happy. Yeah. It's your dinner you are. Who always say, man, appointment, you'll bet me I don't know why you're Juma.
Yes.
Lobby. I won't send the entry to me, dear, but one more, I say, young Pamo Oforiatta, I'm here number one.
Okay.
We hear sister station, Mr. TV, Project, Power FM, a baby, I'm a Patnawa. Now, some madam, and one is a papano. I'll see a pianist in China, it will be back. I'm passing Sakaba and who said, and then I say, no, I'm about Americano. So, a year, please, dear, but a yes, personal. Obi a say no e mu aju kakra esne first no na ohia kunimdi a NDC for di ye no a enya se Ghana for ana epe omuti na ma omuti se kunim no na ebuku a ebese NPP 30 mamu a amoma nkoto aba enuti na ma omuti se kunim no ebisa wo hwe botu omu ya aye na odi toto 2021 a wotimu se omukọ mani kakra bi na sa kakra na ebeto so kwa ma omu no a new voter registration here, no, and a moment I can home. And now here the NPP swing, I drop it for one more 2 years, a bit to my phantom and each other. A bit of there before Oma because of internal election, be as you see, no more be a personal. Not as a I would tell him anyhow. It is nobody sit through and a ha NPP among your corner man. It did a good go. Never they say, dear Duma. Yes, we are in the year. 18 a man, Ghana for about 80 iron. No, all the workers are Mr. That and you from Papa.
Honorable Meba. Now share Munkonya, almost society. Any Konya Monya at the Akamwa, a 188. Momo Diano, Mugusunam 80 something. Eti officer enye adwumadin or moye ya now mo way of campaign because so here NDC campaign na dia mehu ye ne se omo anhye da anye mass rallies but na asa omo ye submarine omo tetetete omo ko na omo asimochi na mo nso mo ba se nkrofo ko baabi a mo ba se omo ko no omo a omo budi omo ko no omo de omo party ni mo dada eti na mo hia bia beka ho officer ni omo ye no enye no enama enkunimdie ni bae
oh ana medical Canada ne say we dey offer the MPC dey omo elusu ye no KP olusu he ni the results in 2020 na NDC ni dey 2020 na be sabre o ba say NDC ni na maintain the results na MPP dey na drop it aba form kra ese kan NPP dey na yakwato ma NDC asa ka ekese kra bet ya kwato mom na mom ye dey na ya drop ya nkokra eti se me fa ni say we are 30,000 and the NDC ni ya 23,000 last 4 years ya and then be our for half ameto it will be 15,000 NDC ni 23,000 one more kwato ye eti we dey ya sit no beje ta and the ha NPP for no omo ko for no dodo na anto but NDC for no omo to because opposition for there they have nothing to lose it omo ko all out for winner no problem but here na ni all power no edidija e wo fa afa quite mu intimidation e ka ho TAC team ni pasa e wo internal elections mu it is nobody in Africa bo no ena ma NPP this Google for na e be question da Ghana ase no
I see. Honorable Daniel Shama. Honorable.
Medaminia asi sena wasi akasa. Eyete. Ba me bi galo say wati adidi say aye no protest vote won abra bomoda.
Oh, protest no. That protest no. And now to peace ana me say what dey here na yen take e betimi afa 1.20 na your results wa e by 2020 na ba compare we say no ba we say ya make no me ya ba say 90% right that what they compare last year results any this year dey ya we ba say esakare dia masakare ba mu ye NPP dia e drop here but NDC dia no obeni da me ka ho
obeni mo mpanyinfo no NPP mpanyinfo esa ni wonti no eno ma ye sa calculation bon ye dia hyem nsa ye ba kwapotu aba 2024 no ya chiro di ana ya njiro di ana 2020 register na editu aba
oh
2020 register
700,000 pen be ka ho
ye chiro di ana ya njiro di ye chiro di ingi say 100,000 kra that will change the 2020 results of the NDC. Inti ya wo muni say musi vote ayanya 2020 no is the same no. That is not true because we wrote names. Munumuta we are aba. You stock ballot boxes. Tanya manu na Kofi Boatini Jatano ama na nkoto wo Kumasi. Eye kronu Canada Japan kaka kase Corona na mutadi win election. One thing Canada Japan that say some people for diagram or that can same dia party number 5.
Honorable Ashama meba. Honorable dia sa sem na honorable Kennedy Japan kano. Na office dia na nanka o pese oka. I say
no person can we nyanka
but osise moderna osise moderna obeka sa no
moderna I say every cry sikasam
bobi anso ande
no ono ya di sikaso masene
honorable so di say obi anso ande no
mi wa hanu mi so pie
honorable Ashama meba ohwe asem na honorable Kennedy Japan kan ye na bere a ni bufu ono ane party ma sebe okotena Dom TV mehweye ose sa video rekura cover viral sa ose MP before there sa me party ni Jimmy omo Jimmy ama no mu nim no mo demia ensemu a meka wo kromu ha no enya goro mechire kwanya omo fa so o meba mcho mu nyina mu mpamcho meba me build a point ose se modem wo kromu ha ensemu a meka no ebeye nwanwa na afensu mechire kwanya mo fa so a mu wini election eno si obi pa on there no ena bibi so honorable dia say honorable Ashama meba o de wo bebam but honorable dia why na to me there honorable Kennedy Japan one na e Bema power party more there
and as am obi answer di ese obi nko emede ni na emede
there be o make general statement to the party
and as a general statement the work and from
to the honorable party honorable no to the party one come to Ghanaians or see
MPP na a party baby aka as a party members area no
o de entwaso and
in the year 2016 Nya me who say Canada Japan auto pickups rice tundra and the home use and the chicheye in that is not what you tell me today say enuna confessor kana wanka enti kronunu and amudia win election 2016 musa di kronunu so therefore and the winning election 2020
well, Honorable Ashama, for your information, we are told say yache soja ni bia na onye soja ni so the video bia na ekoso na you say accoutrement all the military accoutrement national no nipa bi na de ma ne hye enti no me masema me bebisa no me ka asem bia ka ho ansa say going forward no mama nchi nipa ne nko monko hwehwe nipa odi atade ne hye ene de opene so ema sa 2 minutes oyi soldier for atade gaf Ghana Armed Forces atade obi a won ka omo ho etumi hye eya na always ne ye chi oma ne apa ne hye nipa ne ejai investigation because ebia ne nipa bi wachire wo mo betumi asa repeat the same thing during election. That's right.
So we have to look for such person because as you know, the same thing happened. Obese police are there, but on your police me. At the end of your free, best in the end of the year, you so that is so. Intermediate American said, we thank God that NDC has been able to block the rigging loopholes of the NPP. And no Namaya vote, and no Tina the Yamina document and a booklet. Open one convert on printing in Anu. And that is what has prevented the MPP. No, this time nothing can be done.
All right.
So, in addition to that, finally, who don't say the governance of Nana AKUFO-ADDO and Bawumia is the result that we have gotten. That their governance, and Bamusena Ghana for the catcher say, oh, young so say, Galamse say, young so, Galamse say, young so. And on my opinion, people for the country say, hey, so who ban Galamsia, who will lose the election? What type of talk is that? All these things terminated.
All right.
And looking at MPP, LUC.
Honorable Dia, who will be briefly about the Honorable Akainafe main concern. So,
what we say Ghana had here. Obia, we should lesson. We say the water small bokor no, but we need the be a possible fair. You know, I can be. NPP NDC for in Suban. So, we need lesson. I pension. We should the assemble. It's immediate. Maybe who is said, tell me who no. If you are not yes, I know. What's an hour case credit card? Say the NPP for Jimmy. Yes, what kind of supporting is all cancer. Are they? A black credit card say NPP for Jimmy. A bra 2012. Nay, biometric registration now back for prior. Now, era Neil and Seven Point no more April as the Wushunomo. Now, credit when I pop can once a man, and look in the car. You didn't question BNI. Now, NPP General Secretary, actual letter the Bible and say, Pet need it, or my you want myself to
distance from that.
Yes, you I don't know my credit you say no, where does that be? Because some of Uncle Kamano. Or can they defend the public MP or NPP? Well, but and I'm saying Ghana for that be a Canadian negotiating. Or can no can Rosa, almost said your papa. Assembly by a ball, but I said, NPP for Jimmy. And some just Jimmy Saka can walk on. Like that, Assembly bar, this in your own need mother. There's no way this never for the Bonia. And this is General Secretary and our chairman, Becca said, Pet in a what many is out there. But then people for the when I'm not best in any move. There be an woman, yeah. It's the by a near bay of my film. And no, Anna M. And my Kennedy Ekasasano. So, Anna, may I come in the penny credit card and no more beer. It will lesson time. Never can they or not upon a year the poor pet, you know. So, our forecast no this came remedy idea. It is a mechanic mechanic, a mom will really lesson. If you are not a fan, I made a cow over the one. Now, why am I Ankasa? Now, oh, Ankasa, what do you mammy dear? Tell me, dear, we understand.
Honorable Obia, man, Obian so Ankasa, man, name or make a conditional statement to say, Obi pa. I said, oh, yeah, Bema, and you see if yeah, honorable, meba, ye fee, ye can be da. Also, the opera. Jijiwano ana kase udi obohu nti enu bi no kan broni say conditioner wan sheda ankase woni pesumesi but o say obi pa owo MPP mo on them sa time no enkrofo adwi mu no one of the reason ye journalists ye dey asoto form ebi no say na contract bi wo ho a na e wo say de ma no afeni emfa ma no Emma Obekan ya can say Mahama Breso Kurampono. No nya contract more than or no na bay. Me pacho me boa anawanka. Me pacho wa. Aha. Honorable Dia.
Aja.
Pacho so kai anawanka.
Ameda mante.
Oh. I met my producer. If say you don't know what send ya ma later, but or say or no ana ba impo buy contract impo no onyebi na Mahama na onene ya tamfo omo omani hia no na onya more contract e mo kan ya say one maame Lodina e fine pa na Mahama onini ni asem sa. So these are things that obobosu bibi but odi emfanto nchen anya no ho asem ye kan ene president elect John Dramani Mahama former president wa forming anti-corruption and oral ni ye operation recover all loot mo nipa mo former MP enin no ye Obuasi East omo MP osi Guyana no ya confuse America for ya no fe say Guyana nyina krampo no adwapade no ye de bia kogu ho honorable Dia say wo de waso toto form so a enche ye em say within 48 hours en muani abrante ye otie buruchiri ya ye friend Kevin Taylor add information bi betu dwa ese gold bars bi ye transfer gold bars bi dia akoba bi afigana akoba bi Emma Yamin ene NDC fobi ekoto she eye PMMC for ne so e wo bere anan ka omo transport gold bars no operation recover all loot na anti-corruption one ye team players chairman here Samuel Okujato Dom Level former auditor general retired COP Nathaniel Kofi Boache na you can say Raymond Acha na Martin Kwebu omona odi omoye preparatory committee for now. Honorable Dia, what can they emphasize operation recover all looting?
Oh, sure. Party there about power. Say creative jobs. My party members. It's me who say creation of jobs in Ebina. Yeah, Papa Mahama Washas. You know.
Oh, where you temporal, honorable.
Oh, you might be on what she said. Their mom.
To the woman be a woman.
Almost one beja kakrana a jamata friend. You hear the on boy and you're pregnant. Of course, demonstration. You know, I can't the king. Now, how over there? I can't the king. Now, but pay the brain of home. I saw a cock as the king. I read it. You know, there we are, man, Juma. Omana Juma said that I am Wasa.
Honorable Kwebu Sono for a very good reason, or non so Ebra na Mahama or no criticizing Mahama so pa. Me wo ni videos be bre wa. Ma say no criticizing Mahama by.
Juma ya o criticizing so man be be.
Into face committee in faso bi ani so.
Oh, me the music ko si aga. Na mbom no me obi a
Awa go for ni bi se omuni baabi adi sika hyehye ne aduapade ni.
Me dey Ghana first. Say you are Mahama free say NPP ni bia di sika am famra kwan so a e wo so ojeli no. Because ya anya ni sa ni ya hyehye o man ni ya da ben o man betimi akonanim.
Okay.
Eti me dia I from Agenefi. There is no way NPP need the Chicane Aquache. Now there's a party, yeah, demonstration here. Can't be out, maybe can't be. Because who do see Canam and Camo?
Now DBD and Cabeco. Honorable, just say who DBD and Cabeco, yes, sir.
And yes, sir. There is some person just a one walk into Quaco. A year now, the year to Mamma or mine, and may some passoir. Take our him.
Na gold bars he say yes say omo de ko eye Dubai amanfo say eye untu media ebi nso say eye papa ya ne homfa no ya oje ayareho yi bedi atuo dia there's been a lot going on office say ora yi muama ye ntumi hu say
say no ya say da enya advance bia etina like say adie be eye Ghana die bia enipa ba kwa bi afa kwati kwa so na onu kwa age ede onu kwa na japade ana ode ye hu ye de why not Oma peni so ba me na fa na kwa so a me kwa me support so tia se
honorable chi na wo kan o so onu nko adi enti sanka mudi munyina mudi ye de anka ne mo be support. I'm
talking for Ghana o ma say na American so one fa ya mo man na wo nko awi so say wo nko.
That's right
me ka say party ma be say adie be e Ghana dia na wo nko awafa e dia ye wo japade ana wo dia ye owuye no se mra ne chiwa I said I'm not in with it. If you know them supporting them, Momuno, I'm quite just with hunting Kakabia, yeah, SABO, Yabapa went here, say a Tramo, I was here, you say.
Maybe Diana says it's our Rambo styles and no mom grandmom escape judgment because Ochidi document in Yama here as evidence in court or the Bessie. Eti Rambo star ne kwa de me dem support kra ban bia bana na ya chi we na ye say enra say grofo soldier fo gu airport police for ho adan a ye ma appointees e wa ban mu ntu kwan it doesn't make sense
emra bia ni ho e che say woni wo kwa so obetu kwan they say AKUFO-ADDO ban da so e wa ban mu 7th January 2025.
That's right.
Every Mahama, any to me be our man, so Beshamra. I say, one more be to find any kind of person home, somehow in a court. Court, I see the passport. Who to make as a warrior man, Penny, no woman, the passport to find. Who to be? It's in I and last time Nayaka. Saturday, can you say we are at the committee? Committee in the Sabbath, and no one ever seen Nipan Edina Samu. So, my Bonibia, Omo do Omo back court, there do my family.
Omo gather facts, any figures.
So, why would you be for 2 minutes waiting in Panas and 1 year court? It is no money there, because I have a trainer here, dear. Yes, I have Ghana here, dear, and a man of Kran and Yeduma. Then there's a this need to put this car. No, why was it? And you say, Papa, Nania Bresa, or Betu Catramasisa, I say, the NDC phobia, almost just out of salary. I tear Ghana, Bray. Now, the committee, now, much him. Now, or put a top like one cassa, or reporter home, because on to a GB. That of salary, no. Now,
buy a transfer to me and your mother.
Oh, and just Mahama Bansu, a Ghana buying. It is the AKUFO-ADDO to me, I also bet me, and Ghana for Abamano. So I said this need to try a bonia, then somebody in Papa. That's a Ghana for your Muji DSA. I said, I'm a more for now, over maybe a terminal. Everything in our point was about, they say, but I never correct you mistakes. Our year from 2012 to 2016. So it's a nice opportunity. I'm ready to
Honorable Dia, and yes, and me piniwo, but why won't grow for Nanakomia being a no. Ese February nyina no munim se mo belusu abano. Aside that, Osemo koto abana, they knew they have lost the election. But Obibebusa said, enti ebane saying and a number man crofo bro ni se false hope. And me koye te say, oh bibia ye fine, but bibia anso ye fine.
I said, Nanakomia so I cannot drink here, and only dear. Once a media, will be Canadian. We said any problem when we say Nipano, ever Canadian, or see any part. It's honestly, it's making a man home. It's already free, say, because they have a lesson, can you lose in advance here, a honor not drink. If you are some of us here, win it, and I mean, him say election there, either lose or win. It's a war for election. I was telling you, to say, no man, you're doing a bit him. And yet, 33 here, I was so winning election. No, a win or lose. And you know, Bunya Bakwa, no apa, and the baby are, it be an honor, son, on so share. No, they will just say, be a Juma, be a Yankee man, and Yentina, a mile cancer, and then I can compare with baby then. So, it's immediate, maybe the mistake. Yanko for the area, Mahama Saba back said, mistakes to be our year, maybe a tribunal. I'm more Ghana, no, I'm not correct.
All right. Honorable Ashama, it's your time.
Yeah.
Honorable, finally, oral has been established and it has a 5-member committee comprising of Honorable Samuel Kujeto, Daniel Domilevo, former Auditor General, COP retired Nathaniel Kofi-Boache, Martin Akwebu, private legal practitioner, Mr. Raymond Acha, investigative journalist, Ora Nene Anti-Corruption Committee, Nomona Edano, a preparatory period for your government or incoming government. Do you see a better results coming out of this committee?
Yo, Doc Medawasi. Na Mr. Magana for ni telephone nyina ajo e Papa Law Radio.
Papa Law Radio.
Nia e wo mu ni se. Me Daniel Kwesi Ashama meni ajipa. Efa Anamoa His Excellency John Dramani Mahama eto. Adentina meni aji. Dentia meni aji ni se. Tena meni akaza Makasa for 4 good years. And no in Yama Atosin Ewon and Ado Abemu. Me yitre. Say ya winning Abano. As a second for with my president John Dramani Mahama, say a son in. Yehu Nukria Eda Sanyama Makam. Na Sanyama no ya beya hunu kura edem. $81 million. Ediama Honorable Ajimamenu, Minister for Health.
Ambulance na the ambulance na ama.
Ambulance na ama.
Up to now.
Vaccines. Ambulance there $4 million. Vaccines here $81 million. Nina wabuhu kunta maya sana okofi. Anaye yinu as a minister. Kenu foriata abe katre se. Etuwa yaji ewo Ghana meimu. Yedi akogu Okaishi Commercial Bank. Na Sasikan munu 52.5 billion Ghana cedis has been transferred into unknown source. Yes, I would say, I do press and I do press. As I say, I buy for fraud, empty a big Kobe. Nayan Shishim, sir, I no cry. Nayan Pequaya, you beg this Asicano. Never find a buy for fraud, Tiapundasu. Never find ye or man yes, I come her. Ama Omampeni Nina Pam for $58 million. So Mukosi sorry dine. Sorry dine no ama. Yebede hunukra a womb. Sese Mahama on Tiabidwako. I bet you just ask them we.
Moncroft for say, na woman kwan kolobia ma mo president ma mes kase obisi cathedral no and the NDC for na catch me pass menka.
Oh, say the dia wonu. Nia ehia Ghana. Any sika ye di be hwe ye nkoda omo wo free SHS. Sika ye be di be sisi adan amomu ama traffic
honorable SHS na se be ha dwen a muntwam enye no.
Daddy, yami Ghana force a choma ye ndi no yi. E tese ya show mu bo a ye friend no social contract.
Enra
enra wo jide pass
enra research be by 6.4 billion ena Ghana be lusu. GNR for the betudja say you twa ye scrap even the betting tax, e-levy and then one of them Ghana is going to lose that amount. And people of the view say yes, so the answer call SHS. Honorable, my man, I'm not to tell more remove the share. It is a hunchaba, not fair by or she said the near my corner to me. I don't know munchum. Na montomobo, most shall mind drew baby at no sign. I call Kamwasam, Anna.
Ye bet more. Yet they are to us, but a bedroom cry. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama say, Omudi, or minus 2 munition in Sa, or the Frega na form penny for, I'm a mark on shim. Sir, Nkoda mu free SHS no omo ye ma. Ni papa mu say, ye man mu free and chance mu ko square. Ombenya dan papa Martina akosko. Ombenya baby papa ada. Ombenya diani adia mia edi private tumiaka. Ombenya milk anoma na omunse eye breakfast. Na kwanja di efa ye disika na eyo. Inti ekona ye nyina ebetu ato aya adwene. Mahama si ebeye onu kwati nkrono enkwa agina. Inti se pesika di ye weni nyina. Papa love 52.5 billion. Almost it has been transferred into unknown source. No? With the average of 2 billion a year on free SHS, no? It has covered 25 years.
That's a lot of money.
That is a lot of money. 25 years. Why can't we look for this type of money? Among for the Sika. So Mukosi Palugu Dam. $12 million. A dam no ama. Uko do also who are the Kudia $12 million a year. As a science, as a science, handsome Ninamo. Now, Usafri Hosusua. She said, Baumia, LED PDS. Amoma Beji, Ghana electricity bill. Sika for 6 months. Sika no ama. Wabeji $2 million for the sky train. Sika no ama. Indian Sana, Muhammad Jumanu, he can hit the ground running. Sa sika echiachi tokron no. Esesaya momu strong sniffer. No humi din ama sa sika no apie wo mu hunimo omuyemo embe gu for omu fi.
Well, Honorable, some of the MPs and former MPs are willing to show you or direct you or lead you where some proceeds of this nation are kept. Countries
and
like
when and when such things happen, nobody say yenina as Ghanaians, we identify ourselves as Ghanaians. Edio say edi beyo yo edi asisha be dia yadapa dia na koka. Mesre Ghana phone nyina say this committee is not a kangaroo committee.
I'm saying general public is open to the general public. Obia information.
It is open to general public. It is not a kangaroo committee. Any committee obefa tuo edi ababo say uba na wama into obia nya botre obi from say kwesi basade Ghana MPP for basa say adie for mamu stati ense committee nudi e kire say Omampenyi Nana-Addo Dankwa AKUFO-ADDO etumi to akonja di sikamu a high driver edi ama V8 sa driver nu Omampenyi Nana-Addo Dankwa AKUFO wantianu salary sa konja auditio Ghana mani nyina mu ni fast for this thing na committee ayati say no omusi is looking for job for the boys. Now appointment at MPP for a year and man losing election. I know they are looking for job for their
last minute appointment in India. Last minute appointment in India. Former President John Dramani Mahama AYB Emma Ojitu Muse is right or follow the right procedures and ofi akonyane so. And the year put it on record.
Yes, but the woman say about 8,000 health workers. I was in Parliament. I set up any clearance for the one recruitment. You know, you are recruiter. You are more appointment letter. No, Honorable Jumamenu, stop that appointment. He sacked all of them, and you've been able to training. I am saying it.
Well, for the records, Honorable Osafuma Fonso Kaibi, Osi will make sure all Mahamas last minute appointment is reversed. I remember.
In the minia wakasai ya numre, but Mr. MPP4, Mamum be say committee nudi, ube say committee nudia. Imewu se esan se webusi ani ana wankasa wanye biya dintinu. Who say committee no this say mo ba be this can no muntumi anyo mo adwuma mo ma nyina ye mo support na omo nye adwuma no say ya ye hwehwem no nyina ana Ghana for MPP for ono mo aba mo nyina ho so a they should go in peace. Nobody is going to antagonize anybody.
Right.
But the dia ye fa no say ye hwehwa stem we mo do mo ba be ye hwi now be say we are not ruling this country with principle that it deserves.
Right.
And we cannot rule out the corruption in this country. It is time for us, young Troy and Koda say a more appointment. It is for you to do a good job. Minia Ukasa Wahono. Mr. Wabisao said, $58 million. Nana-Addo did as state money. So, sorry, that once you know, into a new fee. And how? Mumma committee no enye juma. If they are people of integrity.
Honorable Yenshe Mati Akpebu, Yenshe Okujeto, Yenshe Kofi Boachi, Yenshe Raymond Acha, any dear Ochato ye me say Dom Level. This should I borrow the words of for the current vice president Baumia? He said, "What a solid team." Do you see it as a solid team or a liquid one?
Oh, this is a team of its own integrity. They are people who you can tell who they are in their areas of endeavor. If you mention Okujeto Ablakwa, he's like a citizen vigilante, but using his powers of parliament as what? Oversight responsibility. I don't know the Ejuma. If you mention Kofi Boachi, he is a man of his own when it comes to nation's security. He does very well, and everybody heard of his name until he goes on retirement. If you mention Domilevo, he is a man of his own, a professional man of his own. Is it audit service or GRA? Has headed what them before.
That's right.
So he's a man who understands the accounting systems of Ghana. So he's a man of his own personal capacity. Now, when you come to Martin Pebu, he's a legal luminary.
He used to criticize John Mahama's government. And then
yes, he's
done same
in this government. Like a citizen. Yes. And record me. They should continue to criticize him to do the right thing.
That's right.
They should continue to criticize Mahama to do the right thing. If me a meeting her, say Omumo Obiojuma and I should be able to say it. Why am I saying it? I am saying it because of my children. I am saying it because of your children. We want to build a better Ghana for our children.
Straight up. Okay.
Our children. And when we look at Mr. Raymond Acha, he's a journalist.
Yeah.
And he started investigative journalism with the kickback issues.
That's right.
So he knows the grounds.
Sure.
And he can also bring his experience to bear.
Right.
So looking at all these people that we have mentioned, there are people who are working in their private endeavor and public service, which I am very sure they will do their best.
Honorable, so in Parliament, Honorable Dia Waho.
Papalo Radio. Straight up.
Honorable Dia. Honorable Dia. Honorable Dia.
Apostle, no also.
Honorable, say one man a majority our parliament and one man a minority.
Just yeah, can say.
Aye.
If you can say LPP a majority. Now some one can apostle will be saying.
Oh, ANDC there be ANDC and MPP because
ANPP
and then news member someone me bisa na. Na say oh yeah akasetia me kakra.
No, apostle to make a sense now.
Newspaper be capture said the minority is begging the majority to sign those we are omodiako parliament and yes omutumi to eska foka ejumai foka enuti na ma me bisa no enye for any diabolic way so him say meti here I don't ask question for diabolic reasons me bisa na bibi na me bisa
apostle
honorable
Abofo ni so obaye adu atira akohuhu ye
nation by 7:47 p.m.
Utu oduboni e bi ka wa no so ebra ye budget won se nsem ni ade ka DC for edo ma ho de ni ade yin ata atire no ana ya work out ya ma parliament ya question and that's one last na ye wo MPP ni NDC for platform bi assembly members ana me ka wo say Idea to say maybe as I say it for more winia. Not the budget net me and pass here. Idea by now do go man. I can't remember about what say drew her or emergency fund out of the bay. And that's one baby I drew. Okay, I'm passing a day now. Ghana every man here you more. Yes, you can be a bit to do Sabomo. And because we are using government in tea. Strong. That media make us say because of your co-position, you know. I was saying, in case you're a trauma mason. If he said, NPC, if he saw me, I bet me a boy. I may at me a pass at the end, not next year, no. About what's when you're because Ghana and me in the that's right. Yes, you are pro Ghana upon a do my bro, your mama. So, I can't say who the idea, bro. It's Omania, no more fancy this for a Sabi. So I'm gonna argue when you want to man, no more fish be a woman to me unity. At the end, people back on which you want. Almost the woman, yes, because Ghana first. Almost to Ghana home. Let me fish budget in there. You know, so pass right in our Omobe sign, Omobayama, BBA to me, Akosho. Then, moment is open to a mofo. And yet, the young Whoop to me. Not also a man in say and sana, what magic to me, no. Now, you 2 million years or minus, how I don't why. So, if you are Ghana, you might Ghana any kind of marriage. Oh, again, be a politics in tea. Now, any papa when you bonnet, when you be beer, a dear which never blow mine, and send it with any or no show. We understand.
That's right.
Oh, the past maybe a penny as Rama. We can't trust our person, our power. No, and we can't try. And so, no, me say. Say we say church prayer and they only have in time hour. Have me the maybe a penny had to be a cop. It will say that Mama position a more dupa. No one did you as I say so. Because have me the yard of the
Honorable, interestingly, a branch be ekura many honorable dua anyway awie namaba honorable ashamaho a branch be a parliament house odu hono kra metal bi and or de pimpim windscreen kwa nadwi mu no ye che no krampo na some kan ye Lord have mercy on them, Daddy. They don't know what they are doing. It is for your own good. The suspect had been handed over to the Ghana Police Service. Ninyina ka abaton sensem ya ho. Officer sa vandalization ne looting na ne binumo yes sa right ye bobra party e wa ban mu nkrofo mo awura na opposition so ye bi ne you know mo officer de ne betuma me aketeli this situation and repeat itself because enra president elect no can say ballot papers bi yetumi anya EC seal CC so ne others na was say ye seal or those loopholes no say ye ntumi dia and na was ye co print ye niama wa brochire ne de ba anya sa da bia na ede ntokwa ebeba ballot staffing any de keka ho honorable dua briefly then I'll come for way ho
my minister in free parliament dia no who is Ghana a security enye apoya chesa jerebi hey edi ho ase ne bottom
etumewura parliament
so ekwaye obi afa ye ba akope ne watimi de anante fi ho sa be se di akọ akire ho akọ parliament house ani mu ho etimi edi akọ bonkofo ka grass e ho ene na me hwe one of the TV stations every bad it's just obi etimi twa mu sa keke. Yeah, question. When you look at the way the financial address a crowd, say there be no. Be able to on the bottom. So what? When we say we the way akwana kasa na be kasa bia. Na drink that NC so papa sa. That na me na me hu no. Because we the way how much na ye nsam okika kan ya bia tumi se. Say the sisu sa. But that dey kuta ni etike nipa anakwade kwa wo nuku na. Ake be ni dey. So etigala the security nsam na kasa no. Emomre and said that and show the piece. What's a spirit in him? Because idea ye a nipa could make me kuno.
Yeah.
Opo ka can't who was about bear for. You
car for.
Now, Popo, any more gas. Auntie, did you cameras know what you know? So just enye juma na se ye juma etu obi a monitor ehu ne ekoso this idea is serious na yakwa akwohwe o se bata Ghana sensem na wuduru wa won ti ase afei wo munso a obu beki government institutions ni ade bo honi akwa yesi akwa lock office no ye ma mu nye juma se bi onye se bi anim se wo wi ni election a 7 January ni we agenya ebeba eduru ho a brabetra office obi agitika ana odo mana fa kwamponi bi so a mo twe na so aya simple ana NPP for so bi amoso mo aban mu a mo fi se mo kwenti ene yen sisa no mani bi ne fa nko ene ga sabe ni wo ye wedi a so kaka na de be ko na de ne be yawo so eti bi fi se tete aye yen nyina na se adwene